What can you tease is new this season on AP Bio?
Okay. So I feel like this is sort of a cliche to say about like, but like I genuinely mean it when I say that I feel like this season is like by far the most like buck wild that any of the seasons have been. Like I feel like each season gets progressively like more and
It
more
does.
wild and more just like the writers just get to explore like these characters doing like weirder stuff and I love it so much. It's so much fun.
That is a great segue to my next question. Um, what continue, what do you continue to love so much about portraying Victor?
Oh, I mean, Victor's just a sweet boy. He's just like a sweet boy and like maybe a little naive, maybe, but and like a bit innocent, you know? And I just like if I knew Victor in real life, I would just want to give him a big old hug and be like, hey, you keep doing you, baby boy. And I really love playing him and just kind of playing the dork. I don't know. It's fun.
Over the years, how involved have you been then in how Victor has developed and sort of his character arc and maybe things that were initially not there for him, but you've added to him?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Like originally when I did the audition, I think, you know, like the scene I read was like just the love letter scene from the pilot, like where I read out the love letter. I think the character description was like very tall, deep voiced, loves trains, which the trains have not yet come into
I
play.
was going to
But,
say,
but the tall and deep voiced somewhat has. And so I mean I think like just from the get-go there was like a lot of room to like kind of explore who he was. And it's something that I really love about sitcoms is like this sort of like having like a recurring role on a sitcom where you and the writers like it almost feels like an unspoken collaborative process where like they give you a script for a new episode and then you kind of like you bring what you bring to it
right.
and they play off what you bring to the character, you know. And I think that's really cool and fun.
So there is a little bit of room to improv though, then in the scenes.
There has been a little bit of improv that's snuck its way in there, you know. Yeah, I think, you know, I think there's definitely I don't know. I feel a lot of I feel I have somewhat in common with Victor, you know, like to an extent, you know, and I feel like I like to think at least that like I influenced somewhat like who he ended up becoming.
I have to say, I just love Victor and Eduardo. They have just
Oh my
nerd
god.
bromance goals to them.
Yeah.
Were you pals with Miguel Chavez before you started working on this, or just was this instant rapport the two of you had when you guys had this chemistry? You were filming and found
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, like I think I mean I didn't know him before the show. Like I remember season 2, I like rolled up to the table read and that's when I met him. And like we just hit it off and like played off each other really well, you know? And like it just worked out. Like we just got lucky, I guess.
I just love the comedic duo that you are together. I think it makes your scenes one up
Thank
together.
you.
Together.
Yeah.
The locker scene where you guys are the kissing is just chef kiss of comedy.
It was yeah, no, it's so much fun to work off him and just like see where we go, you know.
You have just great comedic timing. Is it something that's always been a natural ability for you, or have you had to work it in some way?
I mean, let's see. I feel like maybe I was born with it. Maybe it's
Maybelline.
Maybelline, exactly. No, I think. I mean, I do think like you know. I think my dad's really funny, and I feel like I kind of like like growing up, I kind of like he helped me like learn comedic timing. And then I think just like with any craft or, like anything you want to be good at, like the secret to it is just to like watch people you respect who are like good at it and like think about what it is that makes them like good at it, and like be like why, like watch like when you watch a TV show and just be like why was that scene funny, like what made that work the way it did. And fortunate to work with a lot of really funny people who have like really, I don't know, I feel like I learned a lot just like every day at work.
In the trailer for the new season, we see Victor shirtless and mid shirt removal, I should say.
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
gonna need some details, or at least how you were able to talk about how you were able to keep a straight face while you were filming that scene.
I mean, in Hollywood, when you're a hunk, people just expect you to take your shirt off. And, I was surprised it didn't happen sooner because, I mean,
I,
who am I to deny people looking at this sweet man bod? No.
that's right. There was no trainer. The diet
Yeah,
was so much better
my
when you're
diet
hot.
was mostly Taco Bell. That's how I prepared for the scene. Was I am I allowed to talk about brands? I don't know. I was not paid by them, but if they
You're
want to pay me, yeah. No, it was just like honestly, that was such a funny day, and like that scene, I'm very excited for people to see because I'm not sure what they're gonna use and like, but it's I think that scene's gonna turn out really funny, and that episode in particular I do love.
Speaking of which, we have been so blessed with many a Victor magical moment on screen. We talked about the kissing in the locker, but what have been some of your most memorable or
Oh my,
favorite moments from being on AP Bio?
oh, I mean, let's see. I mean, well, like one, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about like a specific scene or if I'm supposed or just like anything because like one is like someone who really influenced me a lot growing up was Tim Heidecker, and he had
Oh,
a guest spot in season 2. And like when I was a teenager, I watched tons of Tim and Eric Awesome Show, Great Job, and like I really feel like he like really influenced uh like my generation's style of comedy, like very like postmodern absurd, and the whole time he was on set, like I could not talk to him. Like I'd be like, I love you. And it's like that's not how people talk to each other.
the normal.
But
That doesn't
but
work.
I didn't know that. No. Like I could barely say a sentence and I yeah, it was so awkward. But I love him so very much and he was such a good sport about it. So yeah, it was really exciting to work with him. And also, like, honestly, working on this show, when I just get the script every week, like, just seeing, like the scripts themselves make me laugh and, like, seeing what jokes they have for me to say, I'm so excited. I remember, like, reading there is one episode where, like, Jack's like, "How how blue are we allowed to get here?"
You're fine. Go for
Okay.
it.
Jack is like, "You guys all masturbate, right? Show of hands, who here masturbates?" And Victor raises his hand and he looks around and no one else raised their hand. And he's like, "Oh no." And that will forever be one of my all-time favorite goofs. I love it so much. It was so funny.
With season 4 coming up, are you able to tease maybe some episodes people should really look out for, ones that really stand out as special in your heart?
Yeah. I mean, there's one episode in particular that involves fan fiction, and I genuinely, it's my favorite episode of AP Bio ever. I think it's so funny, and I'm so excited to show everyone. And And there's also maybe an episode that has a little something to do with cults, and get to explore a different side of Victor. And that was very fun to shoot. So those are the two that I'm really excited about for this season.
What do you think it is about AP Bio that continues to make it such a fan favorite series?
I mean, one, I think it's like funny, like, and like that's great. Like, I think, like, if a show has good writing and is like funny and enjoyable to watch, it's like, which I truly believe AP Bio is, and also, I might be biased because I genuinely, I love these people so very, very deeply. And like, but like, I love like there's so many fun characters, and like watching like these people who are like really good at what they do, like Glenn and Patton, and like all my
Paula.
student castmates too, like it's so fun to just roll up to work every day and see everyone just being silly, being goofy.
And I see you become close friends with some of them in real life too, which makes it even more special to show up at work.
Yeah, like, yeah, I feel like there's sort of this like thing where you're like, where people always are like, oh, like we're like a family or whatever, but it's like those are genuinely like my best friends. Like,
Like I will
they're,
straight up play Dungeons and Dragons with Allison Snyder any day.
yeah, like I was a groomsman at her wedding, yeah, like we hang out all the time, like even not involving work at all,
Good.
Yeah.
Well, what would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the wonderful work you do on this series?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, thank you. Like I think like people are so sweet to me, and it's like it makes me feel so good and nice. And
Good.
like on the internet, people aren't supposed to be nice. That's supposed to be where people are mean. If like everyone is so nice to me and like so sweet, and it makes me feel so good. And like, I don't know, it's just so cool to know that all these people are like supporting little old me.
They're
And
rooting for you.
I just, yeah, it like it fills my heart with warmth and joy. So